Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill and the last preparations for the new patch incoming, and I crafted you a nice video how to prepare and how to get maximum use for yourself, right? So without further ado, without talking too much, let's watch Wargaming video real quick. It is going to take approximately 2 minutes to watch what they have to say, and then we are going to add our bits, tips and tricks, and overall to share my experience, how am I going to prepare for this and what am I going to do, right? So without further ado, let's start our journey.
Your crew members are now ready to give it their all in battle. The major qualification level parameter has been replaced with the crew efficiency bonus, which now cannot be lower than 100%, even for recruits. Any recruited crew member will now be at 100% straight away. If a crew member is not fully trained in any perk, transferring them to another vehicle will be free. With one fully trained perk, you get a 50% discount. When you transfer a trained crew for free or for credits, you get a penalty to perk efficiency. The penalty gradually reduces as XP earned increases. This means that an untrained crew now cannot reduce dynamic characteristics. Instead,
this is absolutely glorious and absolutely amazing. We needed to have this years ago, so this is very, very good stuff, fellas.
the perk efficiency reduces. Also, when retraining for credits, now you can change a crew member's qualification.
This is huge and this is super duper hyper turbo important thing to say and to highlight overall. Skill, what do you mean? What that's supposed to mean? Well, we have some cases in the game, like for example, Oho. Oho, move your ugly face skill. Oho has 2 radio operators, and after Oho tier 8, we have a TIE 4 heavy. That means this tank has only 1 radio operator. What that basically means? That basically means you can retrain radio operator to the loader, and this is going to be pretty much free of charge. So that is absolutely glorious and that is absolutely amazing. I hope you follow me and I hope you understood what I had to say here. Let's move on.
And you can finally clean up the barracks. This function allows you to dismiss all crew members that don't have enough XP to train any perk in just a couple of mouse clicks. All their XP is converted to crew books, which you can use to train more valuable members.
And this is the most important thing what we are going to talk in a second. But what Wargaming doesn't tell you that, yes, it's a couple of clicks to get rid of the crew members that you are not going to use or you feel like they're irrelevant. But what they are not saying for you is that you can do that only once. That being said, you need to be very careful, and we are going to talk about this, and we are going to talk how to prepare about for all of this, okay?
Cleanups do not extend to special crew members, such as famous people, crew members who are in a vehicle and not in the barracks, crew members with any zero trained perk, crew members with XP to train 1 or more perks. No valuable crew member will be dismissed. Bear in mind that a cleanup is irreversible and it will not be possible to restore crew members.
And Wargaming, how about you telling for people you can do that only once, so people will think about that before doing something? Wargaming just forgot to mention one of the most important things. Oh well, what can you do? So, what is my advice for all of this and how do I recommend to prepare? First things first, what I recommend for every and each of you to do is to go through your crews and to see maybe there is forgotten tanks that you are not going to use. That being said, as an example, we have the Panzer III-4. I haven't played with this tank in a decade, right? And what that basically means, I don't really necessarily need to have those crews, right? So that being said, I can get rid of those crews by simply sending them into the barracks and I will get rid of them, right? And plus, very, very important thing, which is super important to highlight, what Wargaming isn't saying for us is that eventually we are going to have 1 crew for 3 tanks, right? This is very, very important. Obviously, the video is 1 year old and we do not have it, but what Wargaming mentioned that they are going to do that in bits. Now they are working on the 100% crew. After that, they should or they could work on 1 crew for 3 tanks. I do not know when it will come, but That being said, keep this in mind that nowadays you do not necessarily need to have the crew for every single tank, especially if you are experienced tanker and you have plenty of the tanks to play with, right? So that being said, I would highly recommend to get rid of the tanks you are not necessarily playing often or at all. So if you have something sub 100% of the first skill, you are just simply sending them in the barracks, right? And you will get rid of those crew members whenever the cleaning will come. We covered this part. Now, skill, it happened to be that I have done that and I have a lot of space in the bunks and in the barracks. That is not a bad thing. That is actually a very good thing. So what do you need to do now? You need to strategize what kind of crew books do you want to get. That being said, let's say you are missing of the German crew books. So that being said, fellas, you are taking a German tank. I do not know, does it matter to have a low amount of the crews or big amount of the crews, right? I'm not entirely sure about this, so I cannot comment anything. But what you are doing, you are just simply recruiting the crew members. As an example, let's give another example. You want to have a British cruise, right? You want to have a British cruise. So you are taking the Manticore, and with a Manticore, what you are doing, right? You are just simply training yourself or getting for yourself new commanders, which you are paying 20,000 credits for, and you are getting the new driver slash loader. Doesn't really matter, right? Since the new patch will come, it will automatically make your crew up to 100% and it will give you 50 or 51% of the first skill, right? That being said, you do not necessarily, you can simply get rid of them and get crew books, right? So simply you need to repeat this progress. It doesn't really, I don't think it matters which tank you want to do this with, but just simply recruit a lot of crew members, or as much as you have space in the barracks. Right? Strategize this. This is super duper hyper turbo important, and you are going to benefit over long run. Right? You will get rid of all of those crew members when the cleaning will come, and it will come tomorrow. And obviously, before doing cleaning, I really want to highlight that check the crew members you haven't played in a while. As an example, maybe you will have a premium tank or special tank with 100% crew sitting here, and let's say 100% and 80% of the first skill. So simply get rid of that crew in your barracks, because then you can get rid of it, and you can do that only once. I really want to highlight how important that is to recheck everything. Spend your 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, click through every single tank to see what do you want to do with it. Do you want to keep it as it is, or do you want to get rid of its crew, right? It is super duper hyper turbo important. Now, another part which is also if I understand this correctly, how it works, so you can prepare for some retrainings and do that pretty much for free. So let's say you have a crew in your tier 6 AMX 12T, right? What you need to do, and it doesn't matter how many skills you have. What you want to do, if you want to move this crew further down the line, you are just simply retraining it to AMX 1375. Or maybe alternatively you moved from, let's say, AMX 5120 to 50B, and you do not enjoy the 50B as much as you enjoyed 5100. So you can move your crew back to 5100, just simply retrain it for credits, and when the new patch will come, it is going to be up to 100% if I understood this correctly. This is also important thing to do the preparations. Now, personally, if you would ask what kind of strategy I am going to use and what kind of tanks I'm going to prepare most of the crews over there, the answer is simple. I am going to prepare for Czechoslovakian tanks. The main reason why am I going to prepare for this, and personally I'm going to use the Panzerwagen to get as many crew members as possible. I already started my journey, and I'm going to do that with pretty much remainder of the bunks, is because we should have the Czechoslovakian light tanks or something. You saw the video from Wargaming side when they showed some kind of tank which can clip the living crap out of the other tank. Skill, I have no clue what are you talking about. Don't worry, I have you covered, fellas. I have you covered. Watch this. So those are going to be Czech light tanks, right? Or Czechoslovakian light tanks, right? So I am preparing in front and I want to have books ready for that. And there is no better way to do that, to do the investment like this, to get as many 75% crews as possible. So Czechoslovakian light tanks will be ready to go in the full force. I hope that makes sense what I am saying, and I hope you are going to find this information super useful. I was holding for a moment until I am making this video to get my points straight and to figure out, is it what I think it is, and it looks like it is the case. And plus, on top of that, big fat thanks for Wardhog, who messaged me after the patch came into the Asian server, right? And he highlighted and confirmed this theory for me. So thank you very much, A10 Wardhog. I appreciate you, beautiful, magnificent bastard, and thank you very much for sharing information with us. So fellas, go wild, recruit as many 75% crews as possible, strategize for yourself which tanks do you want to, which nations, I suppose to say, do you want to get the things through, and have a good one and enjoy yourself. One more thing. Where the barracks goes, you may not have that many bunks in the barracks, so potentially you can extend them. Is it worth it? I do not know. Is it worth the price or not? So it is completely up to you to decide. Do you want to play this game or you do not want to play this game, right? It is just to let you know it is an option. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you. Good luck preparing for a new patch and have a good one. Skill is out for today. Peace.